Close your eyes. Imagine God. What did you see? Our minds seek to visualize the unseen, yet what if every image you've conjured is simultaneously true and profoundly incomplete? This is where Hindu wisdom begins its extraordinary journey. Hindu tradition doesn't ask you to choose one vision of God. It invites you to explore thousands, not as contradictions, but as windows into an infinite reality that transcends all form while manifesting through every form. For over 5,000 years, this vision has guided millions, from village farmers to profound philosophers. Today we'll discover what these divine forms really mean and the astonishing truth they reveal about the nature of existence itself. A truth that doesn't just transform how you see God, but how you understand your own deepest nature. Are you ready to see through the eyes of the sages? Let's begin where they began, beyond all that eyes can see. At the heart of Hindu understanding lies a profound recognition. Ultimate reality, what we might call God in the highest sense, transcends all form and description. This supreme consciousness is called Paramatma, the great soul that pervades all existence. To grasp this vision, we must first release our attachment to images and definitions. The ancient Upanishads describe this ultimate reality with a fascinating phrase: neti, neti, not this, not this. Rather than defining God by what the divine is, they define by what the divine isn't. This isn't evasion. It's recognition that true divinity exists beyond all categories our minds can create. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, composed over 2,800 years ago, offers this description: unseen but seeing, unheard but hearing, unthought but thinking, unknown but knowing. There is no other seer but that, no other hearer but that, no other thinker but that, no other knower but that. These paradoxes reveal something crucial. The divine is not an object we perceive, but the very awareness with which we perceive everything. The Katha Upanishad describes this reality with another paradox. Smaller than the smallest, and greater than the greatest, this self dwells forever in the hearts of all. The sages called this conception Nirguna Brahman, the divine without attributes, beyond all qualities we can imagine. Yet if this were the complete picture, God as pure formless consciousness, divinity might remain forever abstract and disconnected from human experience. This is where Hindu wisdom makes its most beautiful accommodation. The Hindu tradition recognizes a profound truth about human nature. We connect through form, through stories, through images that speak to our hearts. From the formless absolute emerges what the tradition calls Saguna Brahman, the divine with attributes and form. Like the lotus emerging from unseen depths to open its petals to the sun, the formless divine reveals itself through forms we can comprehend. These divine forms aren't random inventions, but carefully crafted windows into spiritual principles, each revealing different aspects of the cosmic consciousness. Imagine trying to describe an elephant to someone who has never seen one. You might describe the trunk, the tusks, the ears, each aspect revealing part of the whole. Similarly, each deity reveals a different aspect of the divine totality. The Svetasvatara Upanishad bridges these concepts beautifully. Without hands or feet, he moves and grasps. Without eyes, he sees. Without ears, he hears. He knows whatever is to be known, yet there is no knower of him. They call him the first, the supreme person. This paradoxical description acknowledges that while the divine transcends physical form, it still functions in ways meaningful to human experience. Let's explore these divine forms, starting with the one who maintains cosmic balance. The Vishnu Purana paints a vivid portrait of Lord Vishnu, a body the colour of dark rain clouds or the blue lotus, 4 arms bearing the conch, discus, mace and lotus, dressed in yellow garments brilliant as lightning, adorned with the Kaustuba gem on his chest. Every detail in this description carries meaning. revealing Vishnu's role as the principle of cosmic preservation and harmony. His blue complexion resembles both the boundless sky and the endless ocean, symbolizing his infinite, all-pervading nature. His forearms signify his complete dominion over the 4 directions of space and the 4 dimensions of time. The symbols in his hands tell a deeper story. The conch shell represents the primordial sound Om, from which creation emerges. The spinning discus symbolizes the wheel of time and cosmic law. The mace stands for divine authority and spiritual power. The lotus flower represents purity, blossoming amidst worldly existence. These aren't just artistic choices, they're keys to understanding how divine consciousness maintains order throughout the cosmos. Perhaps his most profound image shows Vishnu reclining on the cosmic serpent Shesha, floating on the primordial ocean. From his navel grows a lotus bearing Lord Brahma, the creator. This single image contains an entire cosmology, showing how preservation supports creation, how the manifest emerges from the unmanifest, how the finite arises from the infinite. While Vishnu embodies divine maintenance and equilibrium, another aspect of God reveals the power that drives cosmic transformation and spiritual evolution. If Vishnu represents cosmic harmony, Shiva embodies divine transformation, the power that breaks old patterns to create new possibilities. The Shiva Purana and Linga Purana describe his distinctive appearance with features that reveal profound spiritual principles. Where Vishnu's energy preserves and maintains, Shiva's energy dissolves and transforms, showing that both stability and change are essential aspects of divine functioning. His third eye, positioned vertically in the center of his forehead, represents spiritual vision that transcends ordinary perception. When opened, it releases fire that burns away illusion to reveal truth. This third eye teaches that transformation begins with seeing beyond surface appearances into the essential nature of reality. Only then can true change occur. The crescent moon nestled in his wild, matted hair reveals his mastery of time itself, while his untamed locks represent freedom from convention, the divine that cannot be bound by human rules or expectations. Unlike Vishnu's ordered preservation, Shiva's energy disrupts comfortable patterns, showing that spiritual growth often requires breaking through established limitations. His blue throat, known as Nilakantha, comes from the cosmic story of swallowing deadly poison to save all creation during the churning of the cosmic ocean. Rather than rejecting the poison, he contained it within himself. This striking image reveals divine compassion, willingness to absorb negativity to protect others, teaching that transformation sometimes requires facing what others fear. The serpent coiled around his neck represents his mastery over fear and death. Rather than destroying dangerous energies, Shiva transforms them into adornments, showing that what threatens the ego can nourish the spirit. The cobra also symbolizes Kundalini, the spiritual energy that, when awakened, rises through the subtle body to bring the highest spiritual realization. Ultimately, the Skanda Purana reveals Shiva as the perfect yogi, seated in profound meditation, showing that the greatest transformation happens through the still awareness at the center of all change. His body covered in ash reminds us of life's impermanence, that all forms eventually return to their source. While Vishnu and Shiva represent different divine masculine principles, Hindu tradition equally honors the divine feminine power without which nothing could exist. In Hindu understanding, consciousness alone cannot create. It needs energy, the power to manifest. This divine power is feminine in nature, called Shakti, and appears in various forms, each revealing different aspects of how divine energy functions in our world. Without this feminine principle, the masculine aspects would remain unmanifest potentials. It is Shakti that brings divine possibilities into actual existence. The Devi Mahatmya tells how goddess Durga emerged from the combined energies of all the gods to defeat forces they could not overcome individually. Riding a powerful lion with 8 or 10 arms bearing various weapons, she represents divine power in its protective warrior aspect. Her multiple arms show her ability to perform many functions simultaneously, protecting the good, destroying ignorance, blessing devotees. Her weapons symbolize different divine powers. Her lion represents courage and strength that carries divine will into action. Durga reveals that divine energy isn't passive but actively engaged in the cosmic battle between wisdom and ignorance, between creation and chaos. The Lakshmi Tantra portrays another aspect of divine feminine power, Goddess Lakshmi seated or standing on a lotus radiant like molten gold. Her forearms hold lotus flowers while showering abundance. Her beauty represents the attractive power of divine consciousness. Her lotus seat symbolizes spiritual purity amidst the world. Her golden complexion represents prosperity and fulfillment on all levels. Where Durga is divine power in its protective aspect, Lakshmi embodies abundance, harmony, and the nurturing qualities of the Divine Mother. The Matsya Purana describes Goddess Saraswati as fair like the moon, playing the Veena-stringed instrument with sacred texts nearby. Her white garments symbolize pure knowledge. The Veena represents the harmony of learning, and the books signify wisdom and arts. This trinity of feminine power completes our understanding, showing that divine energy flows not just through protection and abundance, but through culture, learning, and inspired creativity. From cosmic principles, our journey now turns to divine forms that more directly connect with human experience. Among the most beloved divine forms is Lord Ganesha, instantly recognizable with his elephant head and human body. The Ganesha Purana tells various stories of how he received this unique appearance, but all point to deeper spiritual truths. This unusual combination of animal and human features reminds us that divinity transcends our categories and expectations, often appearing in forms that challenge our assumptions. Every aspect of Ganesha's appearance carries wisdom. His elephant head represents intelligence, memory, and the capacity to listen deeply. His large ears remind us to hear more than we speak. His small eyes suggest focused concentration. His single tusk, the other being broken, symbolizes retaining truth while discarding falsehood. These aren't arbitrary features, but teachings embodied in divine form, showing how we might navigate life's complexities with wisdom. The broken tusk itself has a beautiful story. It's said he broke it off to write down the Mahabharata epic when his pen failed, showing that wisdom sometimes requires sacrifice. His large belly contains the entire universe and represents the capacity to peacefully digest all of life's experiences, both pleasant and unpleasant. As the remover of obstacles, Ganesha teaches that barriers often fall away not through force, but through wisdom, patience, and adaptability. Yet sometimes pure devotion creates the most direct path. The Ramayana and Hanuman Chalisa describe Lord Hanuman, the mighty monkey devotee whose extraordinary powers flow from his complete devotion to Lord Rama. His form itself reveals profound spiritual qualities about the nature of dedicated service. Where Ganesha represents wisdom that removes obstacles, Hanuman shows how devotion creates seemingly impossible capabilities. His monkey face represents an active, curious mind that has been tamed by devotion. His mighty chest, often shown smeared with vermilion, reveals courage strengthened by faith. His mace symbolizes strength directed by wisdom. Most profound is the image of Hanuman with his chest opened to reveal Rama and Sita dwelling within his heart, showing that true devotion means carrying the divine within one's very being. Hanuman's extraordinary feats, leaping across oceans, lifting mountains, defeating powerful foes, teach that devotion releases capacities beyond normal human limitations. Yet what happens when these separate divine forms are recognized as aspects of a single reality? With so many forms and concepts, how does Hindu tradition maintain its coherence? The answer lies in a profound insight about the nature of truth itself. With so many divine forms, you might wonder, how do they all relate? Are they separate gods or facets of one reality? The profound answer comes from the Rig Veda, the oldest of Hindu scriptures. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one, though the wise speak of it in many ways. This single insight resolves the apparent paradox of Hindu polytheism and monotheism. revealing that the many gods are expressions of a single divine truth, just as white light contains all colours. Think of pure white light passing through a crystal prism. The light appears as many colours, yet remains essentially the same light. Similarly, Paramatma, the one divine consciousness, appears in different forms while remaining one. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad confirms, from that absolute, all these manifestations have emerged, while that absolute remains undiminished. This reveals the non-dual nature of Hindu theology. The many gods aren't fragmented parts of the divine, but complete expressions of the whole, each revealing a different aspect. This understanding explains why different Hindu families might worship different deities. Each is connecting with the aspect of the divine that resonates most deeply with their nature and needs. Like facets of a diamond, each deity reflects the divine light in a unique way, while the diamond remains one. This remarkable tolerance stems from recognizing that various spiritual paths aren't competing truths, but complementary approaches to the same ultimate reality. And yet, the most revolutionary insight of Hindu tradition takes us even deeper. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of Hindu understanding is captured in the Chandogya Upanishad's great statement, Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. This astonishing teaching reveals that the same divine consciousness that manifests as all these gods and goddesses also dwells within each living being as their true self, Atman. This isn't poetic metaphor, but the central revelation of Hindu spirituality. The divine isn't just something to worship externally, but to realize internally. The Mundaka Upanishad describes this inner divinity. Brahman is supreme. He is self-luminous. He is beyond all thought. Subtler than the subtlest is he, farther than the farthest, yet nearer than the nearest. He resides in the lotus of the heart of every being. This teaching completes our understanding of divine form, showing that the same consciousness that creates and permeates the universe also constitutes our deepest identity. When we ask what God looks like in Hindu tradition, the complete answer must include not just the gods and goddesses in temples, but also the divine spark that resides within each person's heart, waiting to be discovered through love, devotion, and the quiet stillness of meditation. This recognition of divinity within all beings forms the foundation for the Hindu greeting Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. So, what does God look like according to Hindu tradition? The answer embraces the formless absolute beyond all description, which the sages called Paramatma. It includes the infinite expressions of form, Vishnu, Shiva, the Divine Mother, Ganesha, and countless others, through which the divine reveals itself to human consciousness. It encompasses the cosmic vision that contains all existence, all time, all beings. And most intimately, it includes the divine presence that dwells within your own heart, waiting to be discovered. The Shvetashvatara Upanishad offers this beautiful description. As oil exists in sesame seeds, as butter exists in cream, as water exists in underground springs, as fire exists in wood, so does the self dwell within all things. That self can be realized through truthfulness, through spiritual discipline, through clear understanding, and through a life of purity. This vast, inclusive vision teaches us that the divine can be found everywhere, in magnificent temples and humble homes, in epic mythologies and quiet prayers, in sacred texts, and in the silent depths of our own being. The forms are many, but the essence is one. The paths are diverse, but the destination is the same. Thank you for watching. If you liked our video, do like and subscribe to our channel and comment down your thoughts below.